All right, welcome back to another episode of Lone Star Dadcast Racing. This is Tommy T, and today, why not? Let's do another review. This one is called the Multi-Loop Raceoff, and this is probably one of the biggest sets I've actually reviewed, or going to review. This is going to be probably like a two-camera kind of setup, just so we can get all views of how this is going to work. But it is new for 2022. I found it at my local HEB, I think for 35 bucks is what this one ran me. And it is like a two-player game. You basically launch two cars through loops to a single loop, and whichever car comes out at the end is the winner, or the big loop at the end comes apart and the car could fly out. So that's kind of neat. And it looks like it has flags to give you points as you go through the loop and kind of go from there. But it also has a single player mode, which you can put all 5 loops together in unison and launch one car through it and see if it makes it all the way out to the end. So let me turn this box around and we'll look at the back. Okay. Now the box is turned around. You can kind of get a bigger view of the single player setup with all 5 loops in a row. But how it works is kind of like a V shape that has 2 loops on each side with point counters with the little flags. And it's pretty much first person to the big loop wins, but there is a folly that goes on at the end. The loop does come apart so the car can fly out. But it looks like if you break the loop, it has it has a 50 on it. So, I mean, maybe you get points for breaking the loop. I don't know. I have to open this up and find out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut to the part where I'm going to show you like some key important pieces of this track and how it's going to work. And then we'll cut to the point where I have it set up and we'll do a couple of races and put this thing through the test and see if it's a good set to have. It looks like it's a good set. It's in a bigger box, so usually the bigger box sets actually work pretty good. So we'll go from there, but let me cut to the important pieces once I get this open, and we'll kind of go through and see how everything works and go from there. So I will be right back. All right, we're back, and I just scattered out some pieces here to kind of give you an idea of what comes with it. I don't have all of them because there's multiples of the same piece for the flag counters. But I'm going to start off, show you the instructions. There are the instructions. And what you see sticking out here at the top, it comes with stickers. I'm not a big fan of stickers, but, some people are, some people aren't. But I got to put the stickers on these. I think the flags and then the loop. And then I'm going to open it up. Kind of give you a broad view. That's it opened, and that's the sticker. The stickers were actually taped to the manual seat. Now you can see what all it comes with, and I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what we have. And let's flip this back over. We'll go all the way across. You can kind of see everything is assembled. Little certain things here and there. Shows you exactly how to connect the track to the loops. And there's what it should look like when it's done. So it's a 2-player set, but you can also turn it into a single-player set, which is neat. I like that. So there's multiple ways to play with this track, which is cool. I'm going to start off with this piece here. This one is kind of interesting. I was confused on how it works, but you can actually push this here and block the loop because the loop goes right here to here. And the cars can actually drive straight through if you just want to go straight through the big loop. But you set this up like so, kind of give you an idea. So the car comes down the straightaway, up through the loop, through here, and then should kick it off just like that. Well, there is a flag. And the flag doesn't have the stickers on it just yet, but I'll get it on there. And then you snap it into right here. And so what that's supposed to do is drop the flag. Kind of, you hit it on this end, drop the flag. So that's how you get the points. But the concern that I have with this piece is that it's gotta take some good force to get these popping. So the next thing we're going to look at, and I'll show you both of these at the same time because they're colored with the track. So it's like your player 1, player 2, or, you know, orange lane, yellow lane, however. But let's see, it's got 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 clicks till you get all the way back. So here's, oh wait, there we go. There's 1 click, 2 click, 3 click. Holy smokes, 4 click. Oh boy. Well, let's see what it does. Oh, yeah. I think these are going to do just fine for power. The only thing I'm concerned about is the lighter weight cars. Some of the really like ultralight Hot Wheels. Sometimes I've had issues in the past where they fly off the launcher because the launcher has too much power. So we'll see how this works out. And here is the base for the big loop. So it's a big, you get some big honking chunks of plastic with this set. You know, for $35, I'm pretty sure I should get my money's worth here, you know. And here are pieces of loops that go together to it that connect into the base here. So that'll do the connection. And this looks like the, yeah, this looks like the hinge for the part where the track comes apart. And then of course you get a couple of large pieces of track for each color, some medium track, and then some small track. So, oh, and before anything else, this is the car you get. And the name of this car is Godzilla GT. Let's see if we can get to zoom in there. There we go. It's not Godzilla, it's Godzilla GT. Interesting. So that is your car that you get. And unfortunately, it only comes with 1 car. Makes no sense for a 2-player set to come with only 1 car. I mean, car's $1. They could have at least thrown in a second car to make it a complete set. So what I have to do is I got to go find me a car and run it. But the only issue I have with loops is that the car has to have like a curved up lip, or at least a certain distance from the ground, because I've had issues where fronts of the cars drag on the loops and then they fall off or slow down and they don't work properly. So I have to be sure that I use the right type of car for loops, because some of those really low slammed, like there's some Chevelles that are really low, you know, the Chevelle Hot Wheels that are really, really low to the ground, and the front lip catches them every time. So you got to watch out for some types of cars you use, or the track won't work properly. So, well, let me get this track together, set up, and get some test runs in it, and we'll check it out when I come back. So hang tight, guys. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Now it's set up, tested, ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and pick up my camera and give you all like a little bit of a flyover. See, there's a loop with the 50 on it. Here's the loops with the flags. And it is expandable. You can add stuff to it. So this piece right here I added so the cars can roll out on, because it was just basically nothing at the end of the track. So there's the loop. And that's about what she looks like. Right down low. See how tall the loops are. So let's move the camera back over and launch some cars. Oh, let me get myself lined up here. Alright, now we got both cameras going. So what we're going to do is that I've run the cars through here before, and you got to do it in stages. The cars just don't go all the way through with those these pieces right here, because they just don't hit hard enough to go all the way through to get to the last loop. So what I'm going to do is each car gets 3 turns. So they're going to go at the same time. So they're going to do 3 tries. After the second one, it will make it to the big loop. So we'll see what happens. All right, I've already got them locked and ready to rock. So here we go. Ooh, almost made it through. Okay, bring the cars back. Put them back in place. And we'll go again. This time it'll be the second set of loops that we get points for. So here's the second race. Ooh, we almost made it to the loop. There we go. We got one that made it through, and it was actually the car that came with the track. So hopefully, folks, hopefully y'all like this track. Let's head back to the table and kind of get some overview of how I feel and what I think about it, and maybe give it a rating, and we'll go from there. Let's head back to the table. All right, we're back at the table. You know, I actually really like this set. It's kind of a learning curve to get through and try to figure out something new while you're filming. But it is one of these, track sets. It's not going to work perfectly every time. It's plastic. Plastic is kind of warped in some areas. There's some pieces that are not exactly the same. So you're going to run into some, discrepancies every time you play with this. But even though it did give me some issues, I really enjoyed this track. It was fun to play with. Hopefully I got enough angles to kind of show you how it works. And even though I didn't do this here, I figured, you'd have to go multiple times in order to get through all that, because those pieces, these red little switches right here on the loop, it has to take quite a bit of force to move those flags. So when it gets around the loop and gets to the next one, it doesn't have enough oomph to drop the flag. So you have to do it in 3 stages. So level 1, level 2, level 3. Even though I probably went, I think I shot the thing maybe 10 times. And, it was really hard for me to get this loop to pop. But once it popped and once I got the cars through, it's a really cool functioning track. It does function. You just got to play with it a little bit. Each car is different, so not all cars are going to run the same. It's like I mentioned, the cars that are really low to the ground and the bumpers look like they're about to drag, they won't work really good on loops. So I wouldn't recommend those. Get some cars that have a little bit of a beveled edge on the front bumper so that they could slide through the loop. But other than that, a 1 out of 10 on this track. I'd give it a solid 8. A solid 8. Even though I had a little bit of issues, it was easy to put together, so that was cool. The instructions were very colorful, very informative, so it was easy to put together. I just don't like stickers, because stickers are like my nemesis. I have issues getting them on straight, and they always don't look the way I want them to, and I get frustrated, and it's just like I'm done. That's one gripe I have about it, and two, the launchers are not strong enough to break through all 3 loops. So you have to do it, like I said, in stages. Level 1, you get 25. Level 2, you get 25. And if you make it around big loop, which is level number 3, you get 50 points. That's cool. I like that. I like the game, and it's almost like a drag race set, because basically this is the finish line, but you get points in the process of doing it. So definitely a solid 8 out of 10 for me. I would definitely recommend buying this if you want it for yourself or for your kids, or if you know anybody who's got a birthday coming up. I recommend it. So hope you guys like my review of the multi-loop Raceoff, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and just remember, stay fast, stay cool. Good day.